let's head over to the counter now. Now that we've made our picks for our 9 conference championship games, what do we actually like to put our hard earned cash on? On the season, I'm down 1 unit, basically 40 and 38 on the year. You're up a unit and a half, 36 and 30 on the year. This is my time. All right, I've got 5 picks for you guys. I'm gonna start feeding. I'm gonna start feeding you guys. These are gonna be spoon fed. These I've looked at a lot because I do not want to go down on the year heading into bull season because bull season can be crazy. Even though traditionally we do really well in this show during bull season, but I'm gonna start this off with UNLV +4. And I know CD does not like that at all, but I you're getting 4. I know you're on the road, but man, this UNLV defense is tough. Man, is that coaching staff I think better than Boise State's coaching staff. I think those things matter in the conference championship game for all the reasons that we talked about before. I like UNLV catching points here. I think they can win this football game. I also think that it can be a close football game. All right, just because Boise State wins doesn't mean UNLV can't cover. Give me UNLV +4.
Yeah, listen, I could go either way with that one. Didn't feel strongly about Boise State to put it on the counter, so obviously I hope Boise State wins, but listen, I wouldn't be surprised if UNLV does as well. They would be really interesting to see in the playoffs, right, and how that shakes out. I guess they could still lose and cover, so I guess that's kind of moot. But anyways, for me, I got Tulane -6 on the road at Army. Would have loved to get it at 4, but I think 6 is still enough for me. I hate chasing points there, but it's fine. We'll settle in. I think Army is going to get got here in a similar way that Tulane, got Navy, similar way that Notre Dame got them. Obviously, big gap between Notre Dame and Tulane, but I think there is a big gap between Tulane and Army, and Tulane will be pissed off. Very good coaching staff there. Yeah.
This is the 4th time this season that you've bet on Tulane, and right now you are 2-1. So see if you can get that to 3-1 right there. I like that pick for you, but I don't like it at 6, so I can't take it. I'll lay 2.5 with Miami, Ohio as my next pick. And I know you don't love that either because I know you like Ohio, but I just think Brett Gabbert is playing too good of football right now, and their defense is too good right now for that to be ignored. All right. I think the Red Hawks are destined. I think Chuck Barton's going to have these boys ready. I know Tim Alvin will have his boys ready too. And this will be a close game. All right. Could be within a field goal. But I like Miami in this spot. I don't know that Miami has a coaching edge, late in games here. I think it's pretty even when I'm looking at these coaching matchups, but I like Miami, Ohio to cover 2.5.
Yeah, listen, I wouldn't be surprised there, although I like Ohio and that. You know that. If you watched our video, real quick, I am 3-1 Tulane, by the way. So,
Oh, 3-1. So this is your 5th time
yeah,
betting on
I
them?
took them against Tulane in week 6. I took them
You took them
in
last week.
week
You took them
12
2 weeks
against
ago.
Navy. I took them in week 14. Wait, did I totally miscount that? Oh, yeah, then I took them week 9. So, yeah, week 6, week 9, week
Oh,
12, and week 14. And now we're back at them.
mm,
Sticking with the Ohio and Miami game, I kind of like the under more than picking a side here. I'm going to go under 44.5. I think the past couple of years, that line would have absolutely cashed. I think these defenses are very, very good, and I think they'll get after, these teams in a close one. I think both teams want to run the ball and shorten the game. Both coaching staffs are very well. They're disciplined. I worry about turnovers, absolutely, but I also think, again, the discipline here is going to happen, and they understand that turnovers would be crucial in this game with such fine margins. Under 44.5.
I know you said that you think in past years that this line would have cashed. I will say the history of this since 2017, it has gone over in every single game.
Well, I'm talking about. Oh yeah. But this, no, there's no way.
Yeah,
Go back. No,
the close.
it was 17-7 2 years ago.
No, that was 2016. At least what I'm looking at right now.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, 30-20, 30-16, 37-21, 35-33, 24-21, 30-28, 45-28. This is at least from the Miami Redhawks football stats page, scheduling page.
Okay, maybe that's a little bit more accurate than Wikipedia.
But I'm with you though. I would have thought the same thing. I just maybe when you get like really good athletes, maybe when you get the best athletes in the MAC on the field, maybe there's points scored.
Okay,
But I do think that that line though 44.5 is higher than it would have been. I know the overs cash in all these games, but I do think 44.5. If you look back at those spreads, I'm sure that those spreads were actually shorter and smaller. Or
then
sorry, the totals were actually smaller than 44.5. So I do like that angle. It's not bad.
no. But in 2022, I will say Toledo won 17-7.
Toledo did in the Mac. I'm talking about Miami, Ohio versus
Oh no,
Ohio
I'm talking about the
games.
MAC championship here. I'm talking about in Philadelphia.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry. I
then
was.
we're tripping
Uh,
here.
then we were totally off track. I was talking about Miami, Ohio versus Ohio games. You were talking about MAC championship games.
Okay, now we're on the same page here.
Now we're on the same page. So actually, that's kind of unstoppable force meets immovable object right there. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't hate the angle right there at all. Uh, the angle that I like that I'm going to head to next over in the SEC, I'm laying it with 2.5. I'm laying Texas 2.5. That's what I'm doing. All right, I'm not going to think about it too hard. I think they're a better football team than Georgia. I think they're playing better football than Georgia right now. I know that they played them last time and got kind of smacked, but I think they're going to have a better game plan. And for all the reasons before that we talked about why both of us like Texas, there's no reason why, if I like Texas so much in the spot, that I can't lay them 2.5 here.
I hate going against Kirby in big games, but I think you're right. Don't overthink it. Like Texas is a better football team than Georgia. Neutral site. Yeah, I like Texas in that. And by the way, Georgia can still lose and get in, so it's not like they're playing for their lives. Um, but even then, like they've had a couple duds here too as well. Moving on from me, I actually have two more. I added one at mid show because kind of got convinced there. Arizona State -2 against Iowa State in the Big 12 here.
Boom.
You're on that with me there. I think
Let's go.
it's again, don't overthink it. Arizona State's better than Iowa State. They're playing really good football. This team is not destiny, but damn it, man, they're really, really good right now. I think not that there's a coaching edge, but I love the way Kenny Dillingham has them firing. Offensively, they get out to a fast start, and they can get in a good spot for Arizona State.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm laying Arizona State minus 2. Come on. For all the reasons that you mentioned. So I'm not going to repeat a bunch of what you said, but I'm going to stick in that game. All right. I'm looking at that total, and I am Mr. Unders guy, although recently I've been doing really well with my overs. I've been doing really well. I'm going to stay with the over here. It's at 50.5. I think Arizona State gets off to a hot start. I think they score 21 points before halftime, and then I think they're going to trying to chew clock, run that game out, but I also think that Iowa State's going to have to throw the football, and they got to score to stay in this football game and keep up with the efficient offense that is Arizona State, the sneaky efficient offense that has been Arizona State.
That's not crazy. I like that for you. Really, really close to hopping on with you, but I won't because sometimes when we do hop on, like when I hop on late with you, it usually does not work. So I'll stay away for the good of the cause. My last one here, going to the Sun Belt here, I like Louisiana -5.5. I know you're on
That's a
Marshall.
team. That's a team that you've been betting on pretty much all season.
Again, yeah, and it did well with UL Monroe a couple weeks ago. It did well against,
Well, didn't do well week 12 against South Alabama.
but did well week 10 against Texas State. Also had them, I thought, earlier than that, but can't really find it. Regardless, though, yeah, 5.5, not ideal. Would have liked to get it, I think, a little bit earlier when it was closer to 3.5, but still not enough to keep me away. Louisiana.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. Good luck to us right there. So you're sticking with 4 picks?
Yeah.
A little even Steven right there. That's fine. I like these picks that we got this week. I mean, I don't love your Louisiana, and you don't love my UNLV and Miami, Ohio, but I think generally, I think we got a chance to do some damage this week.
We're hovering
I
right
think a
on
lot of
positive. We're negative right here. We're a couple units up, so it's going to be this is a big week here.
I think last conference championship, and I'd have to double check this, but I think almost every single favorite won last year, which doesn't maybe bode well for us this year because we took a lot of we took almost every single favorite, at least betting on it at least. Because what we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 favorites of the 9 conference championship games. Sorry, I guess 5 because we both are on Arizona State. But that is all right. I'm on the last year's conference championship results. I guess the favorite won in almost every single game except 3. The favorite won 7-3 last year.
I'd take that. The problem is too, this year's been so whack. Like shit's gonna go down. I have a feeling, or maybe it's gonna go with chalk, and maybe we'll be fine. But as long as Tulane, Arizona State, Louisiana, what do you have? You have LB, you have UNLV. Yeah,
That's the only dog.
yeah.
But
M Ohio. It'll be interesting. It'll be very very interesting.